Hey guys, I'm Necro and welcome back to the channel, this time for another Escape from Tarkov video talking about patch notes. Patch notes came out just 6 hours ago. You can see 0.12.9.2 preliminary patch notes. Now it says preliminary as they do not have an ETA on when the patch will be applied, but the notes are here all the same, so we're going to discuss those really quick. Just going to go through the list, make some quick comments on how I feel about the changes coming up, as there has been some issues that have popped up recently, and I'm just going to get this video out to you guys as I want everyone to know about it as soon as possible, because I like knowing about patch notes as soon as possible as well. So they fixed the next button, which wouldn't let players get to the main menu after a raid. I did have this happen to me once on stream recently, and I had to completely close out the game to get past it, and unfortunately it was on a scav raid, so I lost all of the loot that I had there. Luckily, it only happened once, but it looks like they fixed it with this patch, so I'm looking forward to that. Freeze on the unloading screen in the main menu after a raid. I've not had that happen to me. That seems like it kind of is annoying, but glad they fixed that. Some of the problems with spawning bots and players. I don't know if this is something that correlates with the recent server issues, but I have had a couple issues with actually like spawning into a raid on my PMC. So hopefully this is something with that specifically, where it wouldn't let me get into the raid at all, and by the time I was able to get into the raid, I was already killed by another player. Not sure if that's the same thing, but hopefully that's the fix for that. Taking damage by players or bots who are using a stationary weapon. Now, I don't know if that means that the stationary weapons were not applying damage or what, but that sounds like it's a pretty important thing to fix. Bots flying in the air. I've not seen that. That sounds kind of hilarious, but all the same, they're fixing it. Errors that made it impossible for players to exit the location with the car extract. Now, this is something that I have had happen on stream a few times as well. It turns out if you brought exact amount of money to use the vehicle extract, it would bug out, or sometimes it would bug out if multiple players paid for the same vehicle. This is huge, so that way you can rely on using these vehicles, say the vehicle behind the power station on interchange, or the vehicle behind dorms on customs. That's very important, because if you get something good and you need to get out and this kind of screws you over, then it's kind of disheartening. So that's a huge fix. I'm really excited about that one right there. An animation of checking the chamber, which was played for the observer if the player checked the mode of fire. I haven't had that happen. That could be a huge inconvenience in the wrong moment, but all the same, fixed. Checking the chamber in firing mode, which did not work if the gun did not have a magazine. That's an odd one. Luckily, that's out of the way now. Drop in performance in areas with multiple crafts in the hideout. This is something that I actually had happen to me just last night. I was playing on customs, and I started an RFID craft, as well as I was crafting super water and what's the boost generator make? The moonshine, all at the same time, and it was making my game run like crap, to be honest. Usually on customs I get around 90 to 110 FPS, but I was barely breaking 60 while I had these going at the same time. So hopefully that's the reason for it, and it'll help out there. Possibility of spamming with notifications about friend requests. Haven't had that happen. Hopefully I don't have that happen. I'm glad they're fixing that, because that could get annoying in any platform. Incorrect voice lines for the scav killed in Bear 2 and Bear 3 voices. Nice. Different volumes of breathing sound during a sprint for different characters. This is something that I've found, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's like when you're playing with a friend and you're both sprinting and you're out of breath, you can barely hear yourself, but your friend sounds like he was just having a heart attack or something. So that's solid. Some characters had no breath sounds after the entire stamina scale had been used up. Now, this is something that it kind of breaks consistency. If your own character is going to be breathing really hard when you're out of stamina, then other characters need to be doing the same thing, so that way it's kind of a level playing field. If you're in a fight and people are out of stamina, whether they just took a bunch of shots, or, you know, if they're very heavy and they're out of breath, then that's something that needs to be there, so you can kind of read that information during a fight. That's pretty big. The get items button, which was blocked until the game was restarted if the player had previously tried to collect a weapon with no space around it. I feel like I've not had this issue, but I can see why that'd be annoying. I'm glad that they fixed that. I kind of hope in the future as well that they kind of fix things. This is my direct thought here, with the preset thing, where when you're putting together a weapon and it says there's no space in your stash, but there clearly is, or again, when it comes to the preset thing, where it will not let you purchase certain items directly through the preset thing. That's kind of annoying, because then you have to do a whole bunch of extra clicking. It only takes a few seconds, sure, but it would just be nice if it did work. But, you know, I try not to be begging about it. Increased speed of movement in the crouch position in some conditions. Yeah, that's a good fix, and you don't need to see people like near sprinting, I guess, in crouch position. That's weird. Crafting skill progress points were not gained until the restart of the game. Yeah, that's solid. Yeah, we definitely want to see progress while we're in game instead of having to restart it. No sound of footsteps on metal stairs while moving sideways. This is a massive issue on stairways all around, I feel, not just metal. The stairs on interchange and the storms at dorms on, or not interchange, the stairs at resort on shoreline specifically. They're not metal, but the audio there is like non-existent. And then the stairs on dorms on customs as well, they're not metal either. Like, there's metal stairs outside on the, you know, the fire escape, sure, but I've never had too much, or I can't say never, I've not had too much issue with those stairs specifically, but the stairs indoors are a massive problem, so I'm kind of hoping that they get something done there too. I know that they are working on some audio fixes in the near future all the same, so hopefully that's something that we see soon too. The progress of the skill mag drills was reset after leaving the raid. Yeah, that's a yikes, because mag drills are already annoying to level up, because not only by doing these in raid are you risking yourself, but when it resets and takes away any progress that you actually spent in there, if you end up getting killed or something doing mag drills, then that's just the worst. Incorrect calculation of the selling price and commission for the cultist knife. I'm going to be honest with you, I've not even gotten a cultist knife yet. I haven't been able to really find a cultist. I've not had good luck there, but I do have a lot of night raids coming up soon, so hopefully we'll be able to get that. Some of the problems with clipping gear. I think this is a matter of overlapping graphical things with gear. Some of it's kind of funny, but it also looks ridiculous, so that's cool. Highlighting the option to report a player on mouse over. I've had this problem recently, actually, where I had to report someone because what they did just did not seem right, and it did not let me. So hopefully that's taken care of with this patch. A contusion timer that showed the wrong time if a player was contused by multiple hits. I've not had this problem, but I'm glad that that's being taken care of. The ability to delete the system chat with messages. Well, taken care of, I guess. Haven't had that myself. Shooting which did not work by pressing the left mouse button if the key was previously reassigned. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know why you would reassign the fire key off of your mouse. But clearly there's people that have been doing it for whatever reason. All the same, looks like they're fixing it. That's good. The ability to reload weapons in hand with magazine from a backpack and safe container through the context menu during a raid. Fixed. I'm not even sure what I've always just reloaded by tapping R or double tapping if I'm in combat. I've never tried to reload from the menu, I guess. I'm sure there'll be a time and a place when it'll be a thing for me though. Elite skill level bonuses that did not apply if the elite level was obtained while the player was in the hideout. That's strange, but I'm happy that they're fixing that. Getting skills to elite level does take time. So when they make fixes like this, that's pretty big, because obviously you want your time and efforts to be rewarded. The rain that came through some objects on wood location. With how much rain we've been seeing recently in game, I've noticed this a lot. I was trying to do some things on woods, you know, hunting down Sturmen, as well as taking you know, other tasks out on woods. With how much rain there has been there, you can go inside some of like the shacks or whatever, like any little building on that map, and you'll see rain coming through the roof. So that'll help with, you know, indoors visibility. Simultaneous play of multiple lines in the voice selection screen. I've not heard that issue, but all the same, fixed. Fixes for animations, mods, and effects on some weapon models. That's always good to see. Various bugs with collisions on locations. Always good to see it. Various problems with culling on locations. Always good to see it. Fixes to various bugs in the game interface. Various errors in the game client. Various localization edits. And various errors in the server performance. Those are always great to see in patch notes. Always seeing these improvements, as you know, every patch comes out is always big, always wanted by everybody. With server performance issues since the wipe and all that, it's just nice to see that they're always working forward with that. And of course, optimizations, we see server optimization iteration number 2 and various client optimizations. Always happy to see those. We've had a lot of random disconnects, a lot of ping issues in game recently. It's never a good feeling to lose gear to server problems in this game. So seeing these is always big. Always love to see it. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, that wraps up the patch notes. 0.12.9.2 preliminary. I will definitely be pushing this video live very soon here. And of course, I will let everyone know when the patch notes are actually applied. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one.